Okay. My biggest fear is falling up then when I go in front of people. My name is Sean. I'm nearly 23 years old and I'm an ex-member of the community Cenaclo. I entered the community Cenaclo when I was 17. I was really, really young. I'm from a working class family in Dublin in a very tough area. Therefore, it's very hard to see people doing well for themselves where I'm from. Thank God my family were always very good to me. I can't complain about that. They always gave me everything that I needed and they're always there to support me. But just, I was very curious as a little kid because I used to see all these bigger lads going around with the nice clothes, the nice cars and all the fancy stuff. And I wanted that. Because as I said, I came from a working class family. So all the nicest brands of clothes I didn't have. I had nice clothes, but the clothes that I wanted were a bit more expensive. And I seen these lads all going around with the fancy gear and the iPhones, the bikes, the motorbikes. So I was very curious. And at the age of 12, 13, I went down a slippery road of robbing, smoking, drinking alcohol, going to discos. And then one thing after another, I started taking drugs at the age of 13. And I'm not here to put at 8 o'clock at the night just to put all my heaviness on top of you. So I just want to tell you the truth and what I went through. I've done that for a few years, and to be honest with you, it was tough. I was doing something out of my own power. A lot of people, when they start taking drugs, they do it to enjoy themselves. I'll go out to a disco, I'm going to take a bit of cocaine or tablets or whatever. They enjoy themselves, but when you're doing drugs and alcohol because you have no power over yourself, that's not enjoyment. And then when I was 16, then I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't take it anymore. So I asked for help, and I think that was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, was to ask for help. And I think people think a lot of times, the biggest pain in the world is when people go down the road of addiction and this. I think the biggest pain in the world and the hardest thing to do is to ask for help. Because we all have a bit of pride. So I entered the community Cenaclo at 17. And one thing that I realised, and I didn't understand at the start, I thought the community Cenaclo was just for the drug addicts and just for the alcoholics. But the community Cenaclo is for everybody. Because if we all look deep down inside of ourselves, we all have something that's not going right. And if your life is going perfect, I'm good, I'm happy for you. But even my family, when I entered the community Cenaclo, my family started to realise that they had little small problems that they needed to change. And it's a good thing as well, that's the Rosary rally here now. Because in the community Cenaclo, we pray the Rosary 3 times a day. So for 5 years of my life, I woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I went into the chapel, I got on my knees and prayed the Rosary. And the same again then after lunch. And the same again then before dinner. For 5 years, every single day. And that, for me, that was the thing that lightened up my heart. And why did I start praying? I didn't start praying because I wanted to pray. Because you can't just get a young fella from Darndale in Dublin to go into a chapel and start praying. There was obviously something that enlightened me, that sparkled my eyes. And that was looking at all the other lads in front of me praying, smiling. And then listening to Mother Elvira as well. I don't know if any of us know who Mother Elvira is. She's the founder of our community who sadly passed away 2 years ago. Listening to her voice, because when I entered the community Cenaclo, she was very sick, so we couldn't meet her. But listening to her catechisms, in Italian by the way, not in English. Having to listen to her, having to try to understand, and when you finally do understand the language, she's speaking directly to you. If I had a video or a voice note now of Mother Elvira speaking, anything she'd say would be for every single one of us in this room. Because that was the type of person she was. And that's what made me go to prayer, to pray, and to believe that there is something bigger than myself. Because this little nun, if you've seen a picture, she's about that height. From the middle of Italy, opened a house in the north of Italy. The north of Italy, it's got a little town called Saluzzo. And now there's 77 houses all over the world. We have one here in Octoboy up the road. We have missionary houses in Colombia and Brazil for the poor people. Our community isn't funded by the government. It isn't funded by, the state. We're funded by the divine providence. What's that mean? We don't go out buying things. We don't go out asking for stuff. We rely on God, we pray. And sometimes it's a bit hard as well to believe that, but it's true. Today we had a feast day, if you want to call it, up in our house in Cenaclo, because the Divine Providence paid for a big extension for us. Because the house a few years ago was overcrowded, and there was 5 or 6 of us in one bedroom, and the bedroom wouldn't be half of this stage. So imagine that. 5 lads living together, working all day together, going into the room with their dirty clothes. But the lads prayed, and the people who care for us, who love us, they donated. Now we have a big new extension. It's a beautiful extension that we can put another 8 lads in. So what does that mean? Another 8 lads that can go off the street from the darkness and they can come into our house and live a good life. Because in Cenaclo, that's what that is. It's from the darkness to the light, to be able to live a good life, to be able to be happy. And if you don't believe in miracles, you can today, because I'm one of them. Because 5 years ago when I entered Cenaclo, I wasn't happy. I wouldn't have been able to speak here and say, I done this, I done that. I do it now because I'm confident. I know now I have a good life. And that's why I can talk about my past. Because today you can say, yeah, I'm Sean and I'm happy. Right, fair enough. If I could change my past, I would. I know when people say, I wouldn't change anything about my past, I would. Because I see my family suffering. I see my poor grandmother nearly having heart attacks over me. But here I am today. I need to give thanks to God because I'm only here because of Him, because of Our Lady, because of Mother Elvira. So, you know where it is. It's up the road in Octoboy, Community Cenaclo. If you want to go up and see the lads, it'd be great. It'd be great because it's just us. There's no doctors, there's no nurses. It's just us. So you're more than welcome to come up and give us a visit one of the days. And that's all I wanted to say. Thank you.